Hey everybody, Brian here with TouringPlans.com. I am trying this again if anybody was watching the first time. I have turned off my Wi-Fi because I had forgotten to do that before the first one and it didn't go so well. If you're watching this on YouTube or anything else, this was originally broadcast live on Facebook, which is why it's portrait instead of landscape. But it might also be why I am answering questions, if I in fact do. Hopefully it is working now. I'm sure we will find out very soon. I was kind of wondering, because I was only getting like 10 or 12 people watching, which is a little low, especially for one live in the parks. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and hit me with them. It is Festival of the Arts here at Epcot, which is why I'm walking around the little showcase. I will flip the camera around in a second so you can see what I'm seeing rather than staring at me. But in the meantime, have any questions, any requests, want to see anything, go ahead and let me know. I will first explain to you as we start walking what I'm doing here. I don't live in Orlando, I live in Pennsylvania. It is much warmer here. I'm here shooting videos for our YouTube channel. We are doing, I'm specifically doing a new series on top 5 of pretty much anything. And we are going to start having those pop up in the next 2 weeks or so. And they will be weekly. I know Angela is, Angela, who is asking me questions, is doing a lot of videos on there. She wanted to know what the food studios look like. Yeah, actually. Let's go do that. I just walked by a few of them. I don't really know much about Festival of the Arts, although luckily Angela does, so she can help me out. Are all of these food studios? Or is there particular? I've never really been at an Epcot Festival. I've never been to Food and Wine. I've never been to Flower and Garden. This is kind of my first one. It's a little weird. But there is just, these stands. Here is E equals AT2, or EAT squared, I'm not sure how I pronounce that. And it's just, it's a food and wine booth that is artier. All of the food booths are pretty darn busy. And I will say, looking at what people have on their plates, I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong. It also looks like there isn't much for, $6 and $7. So, not sure that I would. Oh, yes, thank you, Angela. And they all kind of look like that. The food studios are clearly just, food and wine, flower and garden booths that they just renamed, repurposed. The actual art things are kind of just canvas tents. They're not really that nice. I kind of hope they do something else with those. I'm trying to lift you up over the people a little bit here so you're not just staring at people's backs as we're walking. Sorry to dodge and side swiping ECV there. And I'm also going to try to keep talking for the most part unless there's something else to listen to. But if there's anything anybody wants to say, here, let's walk in Mexico. I was actually in Mexico already today shooting videos, but I haven't had enough people looking at me like I was insane in Mexico yet. So let's go in and hold my phone up and talk to myself for a while. Man, I don't know if I'll have time to take my sunglasses off in here. This might be dark. Oh, actually, looking through the phone is very helpful. I also wear prescription glasses. They're prescription sunglasses, so I can't really just take them off. It doesn't really help the fact. So these are all the people coming from La Cava del Tequila, which already has a line out the door. Like I was saying in the original broadcast, that didn't do so great because my Wi-Fi kept cutting out, that I think it's going to get a little dicey later. There are a lot of people walking around drinking already, groups of 20 and 30 somethings that, Friday night, I think if I'm in the park long enough, it's going to get a little shady. Not that I'm judging, clearly, not judging hard. Dave would like me to put on a big sombrero. I don't know if that's going to happen. I was in here shooting video about an hour ago, and the guy was going to put one on me on the video and then kept stopping, and I think he thought I was going to yell at him. So I don't, and it's the same guy. I'm not sure if if he would do it. I think he'd be afraid I was going to yell. And I'm really not that mean. I just kind of look mean. All right, let's keep going. I love Mexico. Mexico is one of my favorites. It's also great if you get caught in a rainstorm, because you can easily spend an hour or two in here. The only bad thing, and this has happened, there are no bathrooms in the Mexico Pavilion. So if it is about to start raining, run over to Norway and use the bathroom before you come in. Yes, Dave, I am almost always holding a beer when I'm in WALT Showcase. That's not quite true, but it's close enough. Oh boy, now it seems really bright out here. Whew, it's warm. It's like mid-80s today, but it's low humidity, so it's not that bad. It actually gets very nice and cool in the mornings. This morning I was almost chilly, which I can't remember the last time that happened to me in Florida. We've got, I'm not sure if you can see him over there, we've got the Donald Duck in a sombrero back there, meeting people. Got people yelling at a child over there. That's not unusual. Yeah, let's stop and listen to the Mariachi Divas for a moment. One of the things I do love about WALT Showcase is the entertainment. There was one part before where I love to when you're in sections where there where there isn't any music, and you can kind of hear the music from elsewhere. Before, I could hear both the Mariachi Cobra back there and the drums in Japan when I was in around China, which is always a cool thing. We're at Norway. Last time when I walked through here a little bit ago, it was only a 55-minute wait for the Frozen ride, which isn't that bad considering.
Time me out.
I honestly can't tell how busy anything is. Oh, it looks like Frozen might be broken. Either that or there is like no line. I know it says 75 minutes, but the whole line is inside. So. It does say 75 minutes, but there is nobody waiting outside, which is interesting, because before, when it said 55, there was 30 or 40 people outside, so I guess they just opened up more inside lines. But I honestly can't tell if it's busy yet, because I flew in fairly late last night. I didn't do much. I only went to Disney Springs for a little bit before going to sleep. And now this morning I was at Hollywood Studios, which is impossible to tell because there's not much left in that park at the moment. And then I've been here, and like I said, when I got here it was right about 11 and World Showcase was dead, but it had just opened. Now it's getting kind of busy, but nothing in particular seems busy. Just seems to be a lot of people on the walkways, so I wouldn't be surprised if the rides weren't that busy. Angela asked if there was any art exhibits in the pavilions. I don't think so. The only booths I've really seen, and I've done a full lap and then some by now, the only booths I've seen are the ones back there right by the entrance to World Showcase, and then there's a few in the back that we'll get to in a minute, around Germany, Italy area. And that seems to be where all the pavilion or all the art stuff is. It's I guess they just figure there's enough art in general in the pavilions. Oh yes, Cindy, I'm sure it will get busy. I said it before, there's already quite a few people that are drinking around the world, very obviously. Boy, China Pavilion's not busy. Look, we're like the only ones standing here, basically. Sorry, if I'm spinning too fast, let me know, because I hate when I get motion sick pretty easy, and I hate when people spin cameras around, and then I keep doing it to you, so. I could spend all day just walking in and out of these pavilions, and so far I have, but China's one of the ones I really enjoy. Yeah. And it's one because it doesn't have a ride and people don't really come to see the movie. It's not one that ever gets super crowded, and it's not one for drinking. Like Germany was packed before when I was in there, but I think everybody was just getting beer. Okay, let's walk down this side path and then I will be quiet for a minute so you can just look and listen. That is China. One of the videos I'm shooting today is our top 5 Epcot pavilions. Actually, I think there's going to end up being 2 top 5 Epcot pavilions, a top 5 and then a second top 5. So only one's actually going to get left out. But I do love these pavilions so much. Now we're coming up to the pavilion that never was, the Africa Pavilion. Sub-Saharan, I believe. That they got so far into this pavilion that they created a promo video with Danny Kaye. Try not to walk through these people's picture. A lot of tour groups too, by the way. But they actually made a promo video with Danny Kaye about the Africa Pavilion, and then some dude's going crazy on those drums over there. But they also, in the Museum of African Art in Washington, D.C., they have a full collection of Tishman Disney African art that was actually art purchased by the Disney company from the Tishman family for use in the Africa Pavilion. Of course, it never got built. All we ever got was this African outpost right here. So all the art right now is on permanent donation to Smithsonian African Art Museum. But that's how far along they got to making the Africa Pavilion. They actually bought all the art for it. Tanya is counting down 20 days. That's not much at all. That'll be here in no time. And yes, I agree. Epcot is one of my favorites. It's funny because I keep trying to brainwash my children into loving Epcot. Here, we'll take a second look at the view back here, because this is a wonderful view of Spaceship Earth and the tops of some of the pavilions. I keep trying to brainwash my children into loving Epcot, and it's working for the most part. They do enjoy, they like Imagination and the Nemo ride and Soarin', and I think they're going to love Frozen. They haven't been out, they're not with me this trip, so which is they're not taking particularly well, but this one's a work trip, and so there's enough for them to do. But what I love about it is this. I love walking World Showcase. I love wandering in and out of the countries. I love eating and drinking their food and drinks. We started, last time we were here, we started playing Agent P's World Showcase Adventure, or whatever that's called, and the kids really liked that. They liked the kind of spy element, and my wife, and we were with my parents and my brother, we all loved it because we just got to spend more time hanging out in the World Showcase pavilions. Brian wants me to get a look at the new totems in Canada. I can do that. I am heading that way, although I'm right about on the opposite side right now, so it's going to be a minute. But when I get over there, we will definitely take a look at it. And there's Germany and their various beer lines. And they even opened the Pathway cart. That wasn't open last time I came through here. Here is the Cuisine Classique booth. This is one of the few Festival of the Arts booths that's over here. They have, you can see, short rib, red snapper. They don't have prices on here, which I find odd. Makes me a little afraid. Oh, there's prices. Like $7.50 for the short rib and the snapper. That's not bad. Let's see what the I don't know if you can see that guy's plate. It's a pretty small plate of food. I'm not sure what that was though. So here, we've got the best thing in the Germany pavilion, the train set. Whee! Oh no! And if you guys have any questions, even if it's just general questions, you can go ahead and ask them. Because I will just keep talking. So I will probably, for those of you watching, by the way, and there's not that many of you, but anybody that watches later and makes it this far, I will be doing more live stuff while I'm here. I am going to try to do at least one from Disney Springs, from probably like Jock Lindsay's or the Boathouse or something like that. And then I will do one from the Magic Kingdom tomorrow. Times to be determined, unfortunately, because, like I said, I'm shooting a lot of different videos, so the timing is tough to figure out. But I don't know if I'm going to do it on Facebook, though. It might be. I think I might jump over to Periscope to do some of it. So if that's the type of thing that interests you, pay attention to our Periscope feed, or even just our Twitter feed, because Periscopes post right to Twitter. Let's see, Tanya, sorry, these sunglasses and the glare are making it very hard to read these. Oh, Tanya, thank you very much. Sorry, I stopped walking there. Apparently walking and reading is not something I can do. But Tanya made some very nice comments about how we helped her family with our theme park tools. That is always very nice to hear. That is, as much as we love the parks, what we love most is helping people actually enjoy their vacations. Because you all know, if you're that interested in Disney parks to be watching this right now, you know it can be aggravating sometimes. And there are definitely times and ways that you cannot enjoy your trip. I don't know how much you can hear of the background, but I have walked by several people fighting already since I've been doing this. So it definitely can happen, and I love that there's something we can do about that. Where is your favorite place to eat? Pamela asks. Table service and quick service. Well, if I'm sticking with Epcot, because it's where I am now, my favorite quick service is actually the Tangerine Cafe in Morocco. That is dead ahead right now. It's just something. I don't really get at home. I live in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of people of Italian heritage, so we have a lot of really good Italian food, good pizza. Although the pizza at Via Napoli is very good, but in fact, well, still on quick service. So I like the Tangerine Cafe. Sunshine Seasons in the Land Pavilion. It's always a good choice for table service. For quick service, I'm sorry. For table service, I do like Via Napoli, even though, like I said, we have good pizza at home. That is good pizza. Teppan Edo right here in Japan is very good. What else? Let's go walk into Japan. I love these gardens. People love Le Cellier. I don't as much. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not sure it's as good as people say. I can't think of any definitive winner. Honestly, like I said, Via Napoli might be my favorite, even after my little speech about having good Italian food at home. This is another one of those areas. Now look at this. It is, I don't know, somewhere near 2 o'clock on a Friday, a reasonably busy Friday in Epcot, and we are the only ones on this path right here. Nobody walks through these pavilions like, frankly, they should. These things are beautiful. Oh, here's some people over here, finally. We have this gorgeous view. We've got Spaceship Earth. We've got this, and I can't remember the name of these kinds of structures. Oh, this is what I get for doing no research before doing any of these. Oh, Erin says they have an ADR reservation at Teppan Edo on Sunday. That's good. Teppan is very good. Let's see. Oh, now those people left, and now we're all alone here again on these bridges. We got the koi pond down there. But look at this. This is nice. This is why I love these, that it's just us and that girl in Minnie Mouse. I love anywhere in busy parks that you can get away from everyone else for a minute. And these World Showcase pavilions are just chock full of them. Morocco's the same way. You walk into Morocco, half the time you're alone. But again, like Japan, there's no rides. Morocco doesn't even lure people with its food, even though I do like the food there a lot. I think people just aren't sure what to expect with Moroccan food. I think I just walked by somebody else that was doing some sort of live thing. So we should have pointed the phones at each other and seen if we created a singularity. There's, of course, the famous view of the Torii Gate, Spaceship Earth right through it. Oh, it sounds like the new show in Morocco is going on. I think this just started a few days ago, actually. Hi, Cindy. The weather is lovely right now. This is actually usually a great time to come. This mid-January through early March, because even the quote-unquote cold days here are still in like the 60s, and you get days like today where it's 85 and sunny. It's great. Oh, it's just a pagoda, David? Okay. Well, that's easy enough. I just hate guessing and using the wrong word.
my right side, my dear friend, all the way from Armenia, Maher Manasakanyan.
Looks like we have the new musical act in Morocco here.
The beautiful, the one and only, our princess,
It looks like
Leina Sabkimekwar from Casablanca, Morocco.
Looks like they're doing intros at the moment.
From Paraguay.
Looks like we caught the very end of the new show in Morocco.
All over the world.
I love this. This is my favorite pavilion, by the way. This is Morocco. It's the only one actually built by the government of the country that is it. I don't know how to finish that sentence, but yep. We just missed seeing the new Morocco show. They sounded loud. Hello, Kimsang. Singapore. Well, that is much farther than I traveled. Let's see. David asked, would you say using the International Gateway in the morning puts you at an advantage or disadvantage to people coming from the main entrance? That, well, I mean, part of that depends what you're going for. If you're going to something like, well, I don't know, if you're going to the Soarin' side, it's not too bad. It's not really that much farther to cut around. It all depends on when they actually let you in. Sometimes they'll let you in to international, or to World Showcase before park opens. A lot of times, I was at Hollywood Studios this morning. It was 8:35. They let people through the gates, but then they stopped everybody at the end of Hollywood Boulevard until 9 o'clock. So you could kind of get in. So if they do something like that, which they do fairly frequently, they'll let you in and just not very far in, but they'll be doing the same thing on the other side, so it kind of evens out. Usually when I come in through through World Showcase, well, geez, through the International Gateway, it's because I kind of have to. I am staying at the Beach Club, the Yacht Club, Boardwalk, Swan Dolphin, and I'm sure as heck not going to take, a cab around to the front of the park. It's not really worth that. But so it kind of depends where you are. I don't know if it necessarily, I would say it's definitely not an advantage, but I don't know that it's a disadvantage either. Oh, Erin, that sounds great. She is surprising her 7-year-old daughter that they are leaving tomorrow for Disney World. That's wonderful. I've never surprised my kids with it. Not that kind of surprise. I mean, we have told them reasonably late that we're going, although usually that's because we plan it reasonably late. But my daughter is like me, where she loves the planning part. She loves the anticipation. So we don't usually surprise her. Plus, I just, we like to count down and openly plan things too. But my daughter's best friend, her parents surprised her on her birthday, actually, last year with a trip to Disney World, where they just woke them up and told them they were going, and the reaction is amazing. So I am jealous of you being able to see your daughter wake up to that. Marlene says, no, it used to be your favorite pavilion, but without the maelstrom, it doesn't hold the same memories. Yeah, I understand that. It's definitely a lot different. It's shocking to see the whole meet and greet side that used to just plain not be there. But and I haven't been on the Frozen ride yet. I'm actually waiting till next time I come down with my kids to do that, so we can all do it together. But yeah, I get that. I don't necessarily disagree with them taking away Maelstrom, but I understand that it absolutely isn't going to have the same memories for you that Maelstrom did. So maybe that's why I tend to gravitate towards the pavilions that don't have rides, because they can't do that to me then. Almost back in the UK. Well, I kind of started in the UK when it wasn't working. Not the UK, my phone. I had it on Wi-Fi in the beginning and it just plain wasn't working. Here's one of the photos that you can pose in the Festival of the Arts. This is Renoir's luncheon of the boating party. It is actually, because I helped write a lot of the unofficial guide to Washington, D.C., I can tell you that the original is in the Phillips collection in the DuPont Circle area, Washington, D.C. It is very impressive, although those things are really fun because to look at them, it doesn't look like the picture would come out very good because the foreground and background are really far away. But I've seen a lot of the photos on Twitter and that, and they look really good. Fish and chip shop isn't busy. That was about 2 hours ago. That thing was lined up like crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it lined up so far. And a lot of people were craving fish and chips today. Rose and Crown, one of my favorite places, where I got this beer a while ago, which is probably pretty warm now. All right, we will Kim Simon says, huge park, need plenty of stamina from opening to closing. Oh, I agree. I think that with all the parks though. I haven't, I don't think I've stayed in one park from opening till closing, possibly ever. I just, I don't have the stamina or the attention span for it. I will probably be leaving here not that long after we stop doing this. I have a few more videos to shoot in some of the other pavilions, so I'll probably do another lap. Gotten lots of steps on the old fitness tracker today, and then I am heading back to Disney Springs to shoot some more stuff there. So if anybody's around hanging out on Periscope later, if I have time, I may do something from one of the bars or restaurants over in Disney Springs later. So let's take a look up at the Canada Pavilion, and then that will be a full lap, and I think that will be a good place to end it. And this is Canada Pavilion. And this is also, it is, the crowds are very weird. Because when I walked through here, the first time I tried to start doing this, and when it wasn't working, this was really crowded, and now it's not at all. The crowds definitely ebb and flow through this park. I think depending on where the musical acts are. Hello. My wife is now watching, so hello. She is also home with our kids, and I'm sure as happy about it as the children are. Hi Terry, yes, it is not as cold as Maine where I am. I'm in Pennsylvania, but it is much warmer here. I have worked up a pretty good sweat walking around here. It is about 85 and sunny. It's supposed to be about the same tomorrow, so it is definitely warmer here. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. I am gonna go because I did a full lap and I have to go shoot more videos. If anyone pays attention to our Periscope over the next 2 or 3 days, I will do some Periscope stuff too. I'm going to do one from the Magic Kingdom tomorrow. Like I said, I might do one from Disney Springs either tonight or tomorrow night. Unfortunately, I can't give more times than that, but thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.